Good morning, everybody. We have got the LS1. It's actually been a bit quiet recently because it's been Christmas, obviously. But it's been a little bit more quiet because I've actually been moving down south and everything like that. So I'm actually fully down south now. I'm in the unit, I'm in the flat. So that's been a little bit stressful, but we're here. We've got the LS400 because we're going to be taking the engine out and it is going to be going in the E30. So we need to be getting this engine out. I spent the last couple of days taking out all the wiring loom, and I come here today. I literally turned up today and these two guys were like, why don't we just put an EMU Classic on it? And I was like, what's an EMU Classic? And they were like, oh, it's just a standalone ECU. I was like, mate, that's going to cost too much money. And they were like, no, we could put a Classic on that, might cost you about 500 quid. And I was like, oh, for God's sake, I spent 2 days taking out the whole wiring loom. But it's fine because we're going to carry on. Either way, we need to get this engine out. So we've got it up on the ramp, so we're going to lift it up and we're going to, well, try to get the engine out before maybe 3 o'clock. Hopefully, I don't know. I was just saying I spent 2 days taking a wiring loom out, and then you bastards turned up and said, why don't we just put a £500 ECU in it, it'll work. So, at least we've got a backup there. I'm going to stick with my, I don't know, maybe we'll just do that. So, we're going to get it up on the ramp. Yeah, we're going to take the engine out. All the wiring loom is pretty much gone. There's not much. All we've got to do is just drop the coolant. We're going to be keeping the radiators, and there's a little bit more wiring that we need to get out here just because it goes behind the radiator. So we need to just take the radiator off, drop all the coolant, take the prop off, and then the gearbox and everything's going to pretty much be going in the bin then. Once we've got the loom and the engine, we're good to go. So let's get her up in the air, drop the coolant, and start taking some things off. Okay, so here is underneath the LS. These ones which go into the car, these are post-cats, so we don't need them. So I'm just literally going to chop the exhaust here, just to make life easy for ourselves. Chop it here, chop it here. We'll take the cats for the time being, but once the engine's out, we'll probably cut it a little bit further up, so we definitely don't need them. Here is the gearbox, massive gearbox, so we're gonna have to take the prop off, which is gonna be a bit difficult. My worry was because we can't spin the wheels, because obviously it's locked in park, we're not gonna be able to spin the prop, which is gonna be a pain. But hopefully, now we're up on the ramp, I can just get to most of the bolts. There's a lot of them, but I think should be able to get to all of them. They're up there. And then it's pretty much what we can do is we can just drop the gearbox. We can do two things. We can just drop the subframe with the engine on, and literally just cut all the oh no, we need to turn it, so we won't do that. Or we can drop it out on the floor and then we can take it out from the front. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do yet, but first of all, let's just start something and we'll see what's easier. But first of all, we've got to take out all the coolant as well. So take off all this under trays, and then we can start draining the coolant. I managed to get this exhaust off with not the most professional method. And then we can get to these prop bolts. For some reason, well, I thought it was stuck in gear, but it's just that one wheel, which, no, that one don't feel good. There we go. That one wheel's seized on, so I thought it was stuck in gear. Oh, that's moved, that's weird. Not like I'm trying to put my fingers in there or anything, mate.
Oh, sorry.
Props off. I've cut the exhaust off. We're just draining the coolant now. I think what we're going to do is, the way we decided to do it is we're going to just drop the subframe with the engine on. Just disconnect the shock from the body, the top arm from the body. I mean, I wish I could just cut them all, but I kind of had to steer this out at some point. So loosen the engine mount nuts, and then the subframe will be on the floor. We can lift the body away from the subframe, and then we can just put the crane, the engine on a crane, lift the engine up, leave the subframe. And I did want to put the subframe back on because we kind of need to move the car. Or the other option is to keep the subframe in the car, cut away the front bash bar, and we can just slide the engine out from the front. I have no idea these guys are going to be here today. I saw them there and I saw them a bit bored, so recruited some help. Okay, so we don't need to take off the strut and the top arm. We were looking and I can't get the wheel off his locking wheel nut. So instead of taking all that arm off and stuff, there's literally only one arm that connects the subframe to the wheel assembly, which is just this one bolt here. So we've took that bolt off. I'm going to whack it through, nut. Hopefully this arm just is swinging here then. Obviously we just need to disconnect the steering. But like all this, there's nothing else which attaches it to the actual subframe. I don't even think because the anti-roll bar goes through the body. That doesn't even touch the subframe either. I'm pretty sure that just goes through the, yeah, that's on the chassis leg. So all we've got to do is take this one bolt out of this lower arm, and we should just be able to drop the subframe. This is the definition of when one bolt doesn't come out, it like messes up your whole day. So we can't get the wheel off. So that's one bolt messing up the whole day. So that means we can't get the strut off, and we can't get the top arm off, so we can't get the wheel off. So we thought, oh, well that's okay, because there's just one bolt here, and then we can drop all that. This one bolt's not coming off either. Like, I've been hanging off it with a breaker bar, and I've heated the living shit out of it, and it's still not moving. So that means we can't get anything off here because of that one bolt and this one fucking wheel bolt. I mean, I could just fucking cut that arm, but then I won't be able to steer the thing. So the only other way now is to take it out the front, but as Sam said, the cats are going to get in the fucking way of the subframe. And the gearbox is massive.
Leave the gearbox behind.
Oh fucking hell! I'm not looking forward to that one. That idea is my least favourite. My idea was just when it's on the floor, just go and then fuck off, that gearbox off. I could just see we're going to be lying on top of the engine, and we're going to be at the side going, why the fuck did we choose this fucking decision? Right, we said, why don't we just see if the other one's moving, and we can cut one. At least we've only got one immobilised wheel, but we were both on it, and we got it turning, so we'll do the same again, right? So we're gonna, yeah, we'll go towards you. Let's make sure it's on. I don't want to get a breaker bar to the face. Right, you ready? Yes, it's going. Oh, my hand. Okay, we might have got a little bit excited too early because there's two nuts on either side, and all we've done is just got one of the nuts off. There were always two nuts. The bolt is still going through the middle of the bloody bush. So now, oh, we got an air hammer. There's air hammers here.
You don't do this nut. Take this off, and there's another nut here.
Oh, there's another nut.
Another nut, yeah.
There was a nut covering a nut covering a bolt. So we're on the bolt. Oh, that's loose as fuck.
There we go.
There we go. Give this a big of a yeet. Oh, beautiful. Lines from the automatic gearbox are disconnected. Everything is pretty much out the way. The only issue here is that this arm can't really come a bit further out. It will, but obviously a bit of a stretch, and then it won't kind of come to the side. So I'm hoping that once the subframe's on the floor, once I lift the car, it'll just, you know, move out the way. All the wiring's disconnected from this side, going to the alternator and everything like that. The clips have been an absolute nightmare, I'm not gonna lie. The clips have been an absolute nightmare to get off. I've actually had to just cut the wiring for the alternator one because the clip just won't come off. And now will be a good time just to get the airbox off and things like that. Anything that's gonna get in the way of the body to the engine needs to come off. Okay, so the radiator's out. We've got all the hoses just on the engine so they can just stay there for the radiator and stuff. Radiator's there. The only thing that might hit right now is the fan might hit these like the chassis leg. I might be able to just do it very slowly and just kind of spin the fan. Right, so this is the last bit of wiring, and really the only thing we need is this is the main ignition power, and that goes all the way around into the ignition over there. So this is the last bit of wiring which we need to get out. Right, I'm pretty sure everything's away from the body now. So what we're going to do is we've got the engine stand, the engine support. We've got a hook there, hook at the back. We're going to hook it round, and that's just going to support the engine. We're going to lift it up and just double check everything, make sure nothing's attached to the body. And then we're going to drop it onto a pallet. We're going to come in here, take the chains off, and then we're going to lift the body up. So let me find some chains. Right. So this is the gearbox mount which needs to come off. It's the rod, luckily it's just a 10mm there, we'll just crack that off. That's going to come with the engine, this loom here. It actually looks all good, to be fair. Right, that's the gearbox. That's the gearbox dropped. Right, I've cracked the subframe bolts loose. So we're just gonna take them off. Right. I couldn't get this anti-roll bar fully off, but it's pretty much out of the way.
Keep going.
Yeah. I'm still a bit off yet. What I can do is I can just drop it off there though, can't I? Right. Someone's still holding it up. What the hell's holding it up? Give it a bit of a whack, see if it's...
Just about to. Your second favourite tool.
Oh.
Like it's dropping.
It does.
Yeah.
Let's give it a whack from this side. Oh, that's coming, that. Yeah. It's a bit of stick-up stuff on this side. Ooh. Unless it is just tight, but that side's definitely dropping. Still on there, isn't it?
Yeah, I bet it's on that side of the subframe.
Oh, that sounded good. Should I do this side? Yeah, it's still on here. Right, we're gonna go full send. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, there we go. At least it's on the pallet. It is actually on the pallet. Yeah. Right. Here we go. Let's pray. This little fuel line is not giving in. It's still pissing out fuel. I'm trying to crimp the end, and it's still going. I don't really know what to do here.
Fuck you.
That'll do. It's like lifting it from the front, isn't it? Oh, I know what it is. Go down. I hope that can get round. It's that fucking anti-roll bar. Yeah, go on, try now. No, that isn't. Oh, and that's the arms.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Right, I got one arm off, and that allows us just to somehow pull that one up. Right, go on, Ron. Hold on, one sec. That anti-roll bar, you can't get the anti-roll bar out. It was literally before, it was like, how do you even get this anti-roll bar out? We're gonna have to go back down. I'm gonna have to try and get that off. I'm gonna have to try and get the anti-roll bar off, but fuck knows how. Fuck's sake. Right, so I've just literally ground the anti-roll bar off, and there's like 4 different pieces to actually get it off. So I'm just, yeah, go on, Ron. Oh. Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on. The power steering light pump is not the pump, but yeah, go on. Yeah, go on. Right, it's gonna drop down a bit. Let me just try and, yeah. I mean, it's absolutely tearing the power steering reservoir apart, but yeah, go on. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, send it. Vacuum line or something. There we go. Anti-roll bar I had to cut off in 3 different places. So how the hell are you meant to replace that? I have no idea. Well, there she is.
As big as a BM.
It's as big as the BM. I think it's still alive actually. I don't know what these lines are, but they got ruined coming off. Something for the power steering, I believe. Or this, I'm not quite sure, but something got ruined coming off. Some vacuum lines, I'm going to trace them back and see what they are. But at least she's out. We can replace a few little shitty vacuum lines. I'm pretty sure it's just a... What on the power steering would have a vacuum line going to it? Unless it's...
Yeah, that's not a big vacuum.
Because like these two here.
Just a feed from the reservoir.
Oh, I think one actually was when I broke off the intake. So this one definitely around down here.
That's probably just a feed, isn't it?
Thank you, Ronnie.
Mate? And that fits in the engine bay.
Apparently it fits in the engine bay. I think it'll be a bit tight. That took a lot longer than I thought. It's still not too bad. So I think we got it up on the ramp at like maybe 10:30, I reckon. And it's like 3 o'clock now, so a good like 4 hours or so. I reckon 2 hours of that was literally faffing around with like little annoying things. But the engine is out, it looks absolutely massive. It looks absolutely massive now it's out of the car. Hopefully we get the gearbox off, it'll look less massive. I don't think it will. I don't think it will look less massive. But tomorrow, this is going to be the end of the video because I'm absolutely knackered. Tomorrow we're going to take the automatic gearbox off and then we're going to actually start putting the manual gearbox back on because my PMC thing has just turned up today. So my custom flywheel, custom adapter plate and everything, that's literally just turned up today. So I'm excited to get that done. That's going to be quite a tricky thing because I'm not that good with clutches and things like that. So we're going to take our time with that, make sure we don't get it wrong. And then, literally, once the gearbox is on, the manual gearbox, we can start putting it in the car. We do need to like maybe get some like a selector made up. We need to get some like custom selector made up for the gear shift because it's probably going to be all over the place in the car, but we can only do that once the engine is in the car. So there's the 1UZ. Tough day, but we got it done. So love you all and we'll see you in the next one.